My name is David Reed. I'm with Evie Cahill.
Hello.
And Nicole Rodriguez Galdo.
Hello, I'm so excited.
We are watching Wormhole. We're watching Solitudes on Wormhole Extremists.
This is the
Yes, we
episode
are.
where the Stargate's CGI is goddamn amazing. Like, this is the one that I'm always talking about. The ripples are so HD. Like, the way that it shows Daniel and Teal'c being flung is like maybe the most realistic Stargate visual effects they've done so far.
They just received an IDC before.
I know, I hate
even
that. It
activated.
annoys me every time. See, look, this is poor, right? But when it zooms in and you see them close up being thrown, it looks incredible. Like, really look at that. Look at it.
Apparently, if you watch this scene in slow motion, you can see a split second of the green screen.
Oh, wow.
No, Evie, no, don't ruin it. It's so perfect.
Whoa, the capacitors.
The drama. Yes.
Wow. Action
what happens
right
when you dial your own phone number?
You get a busy
I
signal.
learned that. After this episode, I actually went and dialed my own house number.
You never tried
just to try?
Yeah, I was 5. Why would I try?
Because you're 5.
I went Stargate. Stargate told me that it wouldn't work anyway, so there's no danger in dialing it. So.
Oh goodness.
Oh, the anguish on his face.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Here we go. Martin Wood's first episode as director.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and director.
Yeah, first fully fledged director, and it's his first of it's like, is it 77 or 79 episodes?
I couldn't
like
really
get
I keep forgetting the count.
The right number. And also he has my eternal gratitude for being the first person to start promoting the Salmon Jack ship.
I want to say, do you see that shot where we saw the holes through the ice on the other side of the gate?
Yes.
Yes. Always bothers me.
I have comments on this. So like, was there sort of like a double Kawoosh, like a rear facing Kawoosh, like the original movie? Do you think
there was a funnel? But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'd assume it was just going the wrong way. It's just a cool effect, yeah.
Just some kind of compression when the gate goes the other way. I don't know. So
Raj Luthra asked, when the timer is shown on screen, is that when David, Nicole, and Evie start watching? Yes, it is.
That's the timer so that you can maintain.
Yeah, it's for the episode. Yes. We start at 0 on the timer, so you can stay in sync.
Lockwatcher, they broke the giant mop squeegees holding up the gate. That is precisely what those are. That is correct. And I didn't
know that. That's amazing.
That's really cool, David.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is Dan Shea's first appearance as
Sergeant
It is Siler.
Woo!
Yeah.
His first appearance as Siler. He's been part of the production since the beginning.
Does the giant wrench
not this episode?
No,
not for a while.
Yeah.
I like it in this episode. You see him in really military uniform. He's looking very handsome in that. And then throughout the rest of the show, you see him with his nerdy glasses and his. I have nerdy glasses, so it's okay to have nerdy glasses and his big Air Force blues. And it's just it's weird. They changed it.
They thought he looked a little bit too similar to RDA, being that he's RDA's stunt double
and a little too cool.
Yeah, so they changed his appearance a little bit. Yeah. I actually just assumed that he kind of fell into the role of Siler, but apparently he had to do 2 auditions because he didn't take the first one seriously enough, so he had to do it again.
Yep.
I like this episode because it's just such a simple episode with so many repercussions. Even into Stargate Continuum, they're still bringing up the fact that there's a second gate.
Correct.
And it continues forever.
I was going to say, this is obviously the first appearance of the Antarctica gate, but it will become the primary gate after season 3 episode Nemesis.
Yep.
And then later be destroyed in an Anubis attack in season 8, but then it reappears in the Mobius alternative timeline.
That's correct.
Yeah. I also like the fact that this is the first episode where technology is being found in Antarctica that belongs to the ancients. And that's, the ancient outpost isn't far from where the gate is and where Atlantis used to be. So it's whoa, it's really cool. The fact that this is the beginning of all these little plot threads. It's so exciting.
Correct. This really Stargate may have been in Atlantis.
Yeah.
They removed it and left it here.
That's true.
Because this is the Stargate for this planet. So
yeah. So, am I right in saying that they actually froze the set to make it look like Antarctica?
Yep.
That's so cool.
They
literally so cool.
Set, so they're actually cold when they're cold.
because like, yeah, I think Martin Wood said that he actually did want Amanda to be able to slide down some actual ice, and he wanted the fog from their breath to look more authentic.
Yep.
I remember I used to watch behind the scenes stuff to just like, because I wanted to learn more about Stargate. And I remember I was watching the Lost City behind the scenes that Martin Wood was doing. And he went on about Solitudes for a while and that. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. I'm learning so many fun facts. And that's where I learned a lot about this episode from that. So.
Apparently when this episode originally aired on TV, the TV guide description gave away the fact that Carter and O'Neill were stranded at another location on Earth.
Yeah, I think I said this a while back. It's so upsetting. No. Like, imagine that. I had that.
Spoiler.
I remember when I looked at the DVDs and I looked at the back a bit, and I kind of didn't pay attention to what I was reading. And thank God, because it properly ruins it.
The
DVD
ruins it too?
Yeah, I have a DVD somewhere that has it.
Now, did TV Guide ruin it when it first aired on Showtime?
I think so, yeah.
What a crying shame.
I know. What a fantastic twist.
You've got to wait like 3/4 of the episode to figure that bit out, and they've just, given it away at the very beginning. Just, it's not fair for the viewer.
I was watching the first episode, Children of the Gods, the movie, and then Children of the Gods with my friend's boyfriend because he'd never seen Stargate. And then now this guy, I love him so much. He, but he doesn't always think about like crazy like theories. He doesn't dive too deep into that stuff. But then he turns around and says to me, what happens if they dial their own Stargate address? And I was like, dude. And I was like, oh my God, look, let's get to the end of season 1 and you'll see.
Yeah. So Hammond's comment to Sila that he'll give them half the time that he requested to fix the gate is apparently a subtle Star Trek reference.
Correct.
Because Captain Kirk would always tell Scotty he only had half the time that he originally estimated.
Yeah.
I'll give you half that. No, sir. 24 hours is the best I can do.
Becca said I'm watching on DVD and she looked at my case. No spoiler on mine. Nice. I don't remember what DVD I had. It's not one of the ones that I have now.
You've got several, haven't you?
I've got so many things. Yeah, I've got some old ones that are like in the bin now. So
isn't the DHD frozen up there?
Yeah, it's literally up there. Okay. Where they're leaning. I like this episode because you don't get Sam and Jack alone a lot. Like the few times it's happened, there was Children of the Gods and then broke a divide with them making out and then some awkwardness and like Cold Lazarus, and it's just like they have great chemistry. I miss
they
seeing
really
it.
do.
It's nice to see them getting to know each other because Daniel's kind of getting to know everybody.
Correct.
But everyone else is still learning to adapt.
Well,
maybe
Daniel's
because they've
got like an
mindset.
extra year or so on ahead of everyone else. Well,
yeah.
I mean,
but Daniel also like easily just opens up to everybody while everyone else is a bit more closed off. So.
Well, I mean, there's that whole chain of command thing. So she probably just doesn't know how much she can disclose to him and how much he can disclose to her without it being like inappropriate. Oh, so awkward. You just imagine how
I'm glad
much
I'm watching it on mute.
You're deliberately putting him through.
And let me tell you something. Yeah, that if your chute opens late, if you come down too hard, man, oh man. I have not done it. I intend to this year.
Oh, yeah, you have to do it this year.
Yep. I'm 40.
Well, Becca said she has an original chunky UK box set with loads of mistakes on it.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got a box set that has a bunch of typos on it as well. It's really upsetting.
You would have thought they'd have someone official check that over.
There's some laziness with the DVDs where literally, I don't know what happened, but it's like they just didn't care. It's kind of like when they did that collection, David, that you and Darren ran through, where on the front of it had the Stargate with only 8 chevrons.
That's correct.
Instead of the 9.
If you go to Google right now, and I'll bring this up in a little bit here. So another Sarah connection.
Yeah. You had her on the other day. She was lovely.
She was wonderful.
I really enjoyed that interview. It was fantastic. I felt like she was almost like a kindred spirit when she was talking about
she was a fan.
Her writing. And I was like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. She's gonna
not
go
that I
and
do
watch
any
the
serious
show now,
writing,
and then we're gonna have her back on. So
yes,
I like that they're like, oh, drinking water, but we're surrounded by ice. It's like, yeah, convenient. Hopefully there are no parasites in the ice.
Oh gosh, that's true.
Yeah. Jack's usually the kind of like we're screwed guy, so it's really nice watching him be the hey, we'll be okay guy.
Well, he's
you
watching
Well,
her reactions.
he has to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's nice.
So
He needs to
Yeah, because she's got to be the one to get them out of there. So
yeah, exactly. He's relying on her, so she needs to be, you know, in a decent mental state.
correct. Yeah, you have to know where you need to push your people.
Oh, I love that dancing godforsaken block of ice a million light years from home, mate. You don't know.
My butt's freezing, so get me up off of this.
Oh god, I've never broken a bone. I can't imagine how awful it would be. I've dislocated a shoulder, but I haven't broken a bone.
I've never broken like my baby toe, which doesn't really count. I've sprained a lot of things, but that's about it.
Maybe a fireplace in the corner.
Cute. Or maybe your dream home one day
like
as a couple,
home.
Jack.
Yeah. Yes.
The fan fiction writes itself.
Literally now with ChatGPT. There's a face to wake up to.
I was going to say he looks real grumpy.
Oh, it's his face of concern.
I love I love watching new people watch this episode, because watching their faces go, wait, what? At the end is phenomenal.
Yeah, I remember being completely thrown when they told you about the little twist towards the end.
It was a great twist. I saw it in
a great twist,
and it was like, this is so cool.
Well, a lot of people on Reddit sort of commented that it was quite a gutsy move for them to reveal something as big as a second gate so early in the series.
Yeah, I'm happy they did, though. It worked out.
Yeah, well, like it has so many repercussions moving forward.
It enables other
it's perfect
stories.
Time.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Rogan ID obviously
and it
start
can also
taking
kind
advantage
of
it.
take the world further and further away from the origins of the gate, even though you do see a serpent guard's hand here. But I'm assuming that maybe a similar thing happened where he got shot off out here and didn't know what to do.
Yeah, possibly.
Because you see his hand on the DHD here, but this is the Antarctic gate that the ancients left there. So it's like, what? So I like to try and make up my own sense to make it add up.
So obviously this is the part where they had the famous outtake.
MacGyver,
Jack,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, apparently that was orchestrated by Amanda, but she did get permission from Martin Wood, the director, first.
And apparently they saw this in the dailies and said, yeah, no, we're not going to do any more of these. We're not going to waste any more tape, which is why we never
yeah
really well
I mean,
yeah, Stargate didn't really have bloopers.
Fair enough, I guess.
I mean, it did have but no, that was a gag, and they didn't.
Yeah,
they continued, to have bloopers, obviously, but not.
Well, actually, I watched a thing in Atlantis where they talked about their bloopers, and they were like, the actors are actually mostly professional, so we don't really have too many.
Well, you're
bloopers.
just wasting everybody's time, I guess.
I've been on set with them when they're trying to go through dialogue, especially Amanda and David, and they get stuck and they have to restart, and you've got 100 people waiting on you to get it right. It's not laughing and giggling. It's tense, and the actors are frustrated. So especially when it's later at night, when they were there working, and they've got to get the material out.
Yeah, they've got families and to go home to and stuff. I like all her options, and none of them are this one. It's so cool. Just watching them just not know.
Yeah, but where are they going to send them to?
Correct.
Yeah, not here. They can't.
Yeah.
They don't know where they are.
We don't even know where we are.
Yeah.
Trying to be optimistic.
Let's stop being glass half empty today, Sam. Jack's really trying to be half full.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think too much.
Oh, Sam.
I recently watched this episode actually just in my spare time because I enjoy watching it. And my friend was with me, and I remember she doesn't like watch it, but if I'm watching it, she'll like look and engage a bit. And she literally was like, what is going on? Like what? And I'm like, well, why don't you try and figure it out? And she literally sat there just so confused. And then suddenly at some point she was like, wait, are they on Earth? I was like, yo, just figure it out.
So
like, reached every conclusion and realized, yeah, no, it must be that.
Apparently the gate that they're dialing isn't actually P4A771. It's Abydos.
Yeah, it's stock. It's stock footage from the movie.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is a really fun one. I really hope that, like, you know, if I have kids one day, I can show them this and I hope they get really excited and discover stuff for the first time like me when I was a kid. Man, Evie, I would have loved if you weren't a Stargate fan and I met you somehow and I got to sit there and watch your face. That'd have been nice.
Castleman. Yeah, see, the address I would have think would be pretty obvious. You'd want to have, you know, a different one for every show.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised that they just, let's just use stock footage. It's okay. No one will notice the address.
Oh God, they're doing the thing with the where it moves across. My goodness.
And it's not a Kleenex box. And they never establish who these are, if they're Jaffa. I don't think
you assume it's Jaffa because of the blasts that come at them out, but that's about it. It's like, whose planet was this? What were they doing here?
I like to think that they were like rogue Jaffa or something who had like gone against the Goa'uld.
Oh, that'd be nice.
You know, this is not a planet you want to go back to.
No.
Yeah. So they were dialing out. So that blast wasn't really a threat, though, was it?
Correct.
No, he definitely panicked for like kind of no reason there, but
I guess it's just instinct. So apparently this sterno that they use, this jellied denatured alcohol to heat up the rations, hasn't been used in several decades by the military.
Oh wow.
Oh. Whoa. Look at that fun fact.
It's one of my goals when we all get back together to share some MREs together.
I've never had any. I've always wanted to have some.
Nor have I, but you watch that, don't you, Nicole?
Yes, I love watching those things.
Yes.
Melted ice is to die for.
You'll eat so many cool things that I've never had, and I'm always like, ooh.
Lockwatcher says Dan Shea was probably in quite a few episodes before this, just not Sylar. Yeah, he was one of the Jaffa in Children of the Gods that Teal'c shot. So.
Jed had mentioned that David Hewlett is watching Stargate Atlantis with his son Baz, and apparently it gives you that kind of feeling of excitement because, you know, the kid hasn't seen Stargate before. That's nice. Dan Ben said, I believe they were humanoid or alien, but just had a collection of staff weapons. That's a cool idea. I love that Sam's just rambling on about stuff and Jack's just like, can't be asked.
She needs a soundboard. Yeah, she needs a soundboard.
He's not telling her to shut up or anything. He's just
he
really
knows
there.
that she needs to talk it out.
Yep. Well, we have to know how it worked.
Yeah, we need to know what things to eliminate.
Yeah. They need to establish a story for us as well. Otherwise, no point.
Here's the first hint. Relatively close to Earth.
It's funny that Sam stuck out here. Always reminds me of that thing that McKay said being in Atlantis when he's sinking in the puddle jumper. He's like, I should be the guy up there saving the poor bastard down here, not the poor bastard down here stuck. And I was like, I wonder if Sam was like, I don't think Sam would have figured it out in this situation. Well, actually, maybe she would have come to the conclusion Daniel did at the exact same moment, because it's just so unfathomable that there's a second gate, you know? Like, well, what made you think that? Nothing.
Yeah. The other one was lost.
Yeah. I like it. These two have to be the brains of this while Sam's away.
Doing the best
Teal'c making Daniel uncomfortable with that. Millions of gates. Like, shh. Let's not talk about that. Let there be hope.
That's correct. That's a shot. That's cool.
Yeah, it's so
That is very
beautiful.
awesome.
Martin's so good.
Martin's done some of my favorite episodes of Stargate.
Oh,
Yeah.
agreed.
And so is Peter DeLuise. They're like, it's why they're just so, respected and revered in the Stargate community.
Yep.
They're just so damn
Well,
good.
I think there's only, from memory, there's only like 4 directors that have done like 3/4 of the, directed 3/4 of the Stargate episodes.
Jaffa.
See, there's the Serpent Guard. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, how did that guy get stuck there? I want to know. I would love a little like comic book on like what happened to the Jafar down there and how they got there. I'd totally read that.
There might be.
It's
There's
called The
quite
Drift.
a few.
The book is Diana Drew Botsford. And-
I'm sorry. Is there actually?
yes, it's called The
What?
Drift. Yeah, Diana Drew Botsford wrote The Drift, and it explains who that guard is. And,
Right. Right. Adding it to
Nicole,
my,
you're
to
into
my
your
Goodreads.
books.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm reading that. Thank you for that. Appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
Why is Sila the guy they're going to for this question? Aren't there like other nerds?
Well, they're still trying to figure out what Siler.
Well, he's
what
a
Siler's role is at
technician,
this
so
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a technician, so he'd have some pretty good knowledge on how the gate works.
I just think about like season 6 where they have like 20 scientists in one room around the table. They're really short-staffed at this point.
Daniel's working it.
Mm.
They're injured or they're dead.
Mm.
And because it's ancient, the buttons will not be frozen.
Sure. Is that actually a thing, or are you just like?
Well, I mean, they've got to work, so
yeah.
if it has enough power.
Raj Luther said they say or show which Gould the Javar followed. No, I don't think they specified.
Well, he said Serpent Guard, so
Blood.
Yep. So,
That's never
has
good.
Has he cracked like a rib?
I'd say so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
So I know there's like there's a lot of questioning in the fandom about why Carter doesn't try another planet, like doesn't try dialing another planet.
Well, isn't it that the other gate supersedes this one?
Only when it's running.
Well, I actually saw a really good explanation, and I'm kind of buying into it. Basically, the person said it was actually a Reddit comment, that the Antarctica Gate had long been out of commission, and buried, that it hadn't had a correlative update to
Yo, what a
drift.
fantastic
So even if Carter tried another gate,
wow,
yeah,
she wouldn't be able to get a lock. And like the two closest planets to Earth that might have worked without the update would be Abydos, which has been reburied at this time, and also Ernest's planet, and the gate's probably been destroyed. So I was like, I'm buying into that.
Me too.
Imagine, unfreezing your laptop, and opening it up and it telling you, okay, great, you found me, but in order for me to work, you have to update my firmware. I mean, that's really what we're dealing with here. So that's very reasonable. So otherwise, the gate with the DHD is the prominent working gate.
It is usually, isn't it? So the other one in that they had in Egypt was just the one superseding this one. Yeah. I'm guessing because of that reasoning.
Lockwatcher. If Sam digs a little deeper, she can thaw out Ayana and cure Jack.
Good point.
And then they'll all get sick and die.
Oh dear. That was a fantastic joke. Oh my God, that was good. I love these little inside jokes that we can all make as fans, that like if other people witness this, they'd be like, what are you on about? It's nice.
Yeah.
I love that she appeared in the first episode of Atlantis for like 5 seconds as being left behind in the ancient outpost. I think that was cool. Ted said Windows updates. Yeah.
That's right. Restart again and again.
The The DHD is still running Windows 2003.
Ray Woods, the DHDs
Nothing's
update
working.
only when they establish a connection to another gate. No, the DHDs periodically talk to one another.
Yeah. However, if
So-
the DHD in Egypt is the one that's doing, then it's only going to talk to that one, isn't it?
Right.
Mm.
So
It's behind on its updates.
I mean, here's the thing: if you lose a computer, you know, and it's a part of a network, you're gonna, and you get another computer, you're going to, if you're as advanced as the ancients are, you're going to cut off the original computer's connections to that network. So I don't see this DHD getting a correlative update or it ever working really again properly until they get it, you know, unburied and fully powered.
Yes.
So.
I will say that this moment is really nice and like, you know, it's like, oh, shipping, you know. I kind of would have liked to see the scene if it was like Jack and Teal'c having to spoon on the ice. It would have been really interesting.
Well, you got to do whatever you have to survive.
Yeah. Here we kind of see it like in a romantic almost way at times, you know, because we ship it and they've got great chemistry. So I can't imagine Teal'c spooning Jack and then it being like, "It's my sidearm, I swear." Teal'c being like, "No, I like you, but not like that," you know. Yeah. Oh my god. It's so good.
Oh, the giggling.
It hurts, yeah.
I like this episode because it kind of forces proximity between them and forces them to kind of get to know each other a bit more. And it helps with the chemistry that SG1 builds over time, you know. Like by season 4, I feel like they're really on it. They're so perfectly compatible.
I'd regret dying. Yeah.
I'd regret that too.
This is a slower episode, Nicole. You were saying, you know, the slower episodes are not rated as highly.
This is
in
the
your opinion.
only slow episode where I'm like all for it because the plot
It's the
twist is so
intrigue.
phenomenal.
It's the intrigue.
The slow episodes have to have some intrigue in order for me to care as much. And so this is one that just like you know, I remember I was like racking
See
my
that pivot?
brains.
See that?
Nice.
Did you see that on the glass? Did you see that knob underneath the glass?
Is that to like move it?
That's so that they can
shots.
pivot the glass from side to side while it's held in place in the center, so that the cameras are not reflected in the shots.
Yeah, that's what I thought because I've seen the gates. Sometimes you see the glass,
Yeah.
you can tell that it's been angled sideways, so you can't see the cameras.
That's
and I'm
exactly
like, oh, there
right.
it is. So
Great little trick.
because you're already home, Sam.
They're using the radios. She's 15 feet away. That's funny.
Lockwatcher says the ADHDs are running on Windows XP. No more
Probably.
ancient support.
Or, yeah.
Oh god. Let's run on dial-up. Let's go with that one. That's even worse.
You're bleeding internally. Yeah.
Oh.
Nah, it's fine.
What's the bad news?
Oh.
I don't know how much this episode cost compared to other episodes, but this is just such a great one because they're literally just on the SGC and then in this one room for the entire episode, and it is phenomenal. And it's like less is more with Stargate a lot of the time, and it's great. Their writing really like does so well when they limit themselves. I love it.
This is a Brad Wright episode.
It
He
is
knows what he's
indeed.
doing.
He puts two people in a
love it.
room and it's fireworks.
Yeah. Those
Especially
are often my
fireworks with
favorites.
these two. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's why the Atlantis episodes where they quarantine are my favorites because they always get paired up. Oh, poor thing. Yeah.
And she's probably not well either.
No. I can really feel her frustration. It's really sad.
Mm.
This episode, the thing is, we know they're not going to die. We know they're home, but like you still really feel, you know, the struggle.
Mm.
I just want to say right now, though, you know, if they really wanted to raise that body temperature, winky, you know, let's go.
I
No.
don't know. That might kill him. I mean, he's bleeding internally.
Make it work. I can make it work.
Uh-huh.
Oof.
So for Carter's close-ups of the snowy plateau of Antarctica, Amanda and a second unit film crew actually shot her scenes at the Pemberton ice fields in the Coast Mountains of British Columbia.
Correct.
Man.
Which is very cool.
Ray
and
Wood
do you notice they just used stock footage?
Yeah, always. Ray Wood said if it happened nowadays, it'd probably be thought out. Lol, global warming, guys.
So they just use stock footage of Children of the Gods because you can see the boxes covered in the tarpaulin.
That is
behind the
episodes.
gate.
I think we see that at least like one every few episodes. We see the ones with the tarp covered. It's really triggering. Every time I see it, I'm like, make new stock footage.
Right.
Cut the boxes out.
My issue is with Cheyenne Mountain itself. It's never snowing there. It's like, I'm sorry, but more than half the year, there's a chance for it to be under snow.
They should have really filmed it around the time of snow. The thing is with Stargate is you never really see them exploring holidays. Like you never see like Halloween or Christmas really come around until like unending. That's like the one time you see Christmas.
Right. It's meant to be,
it's deliberate.
Outside of any seasons, so you can, watch it anytime and fit it anytime.
Yeah, Stargate isn't all the time.
It's one of the reasons why Stargate is so popular in like a range of different countries is because they don't focus on like specific religious traditions of America because it's more, it makes it way more accessible.
It's really no, you're right. I wow, yeah, good point. They occasionally talk about like the Christianity of America because they're in America, so they're going to talk about it. But yeah, no, I always get thrown off when I watch TV where I watch like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and I see all the Halloween episodes. I like them, but it's not Halloween. It feels a bit off. I'm like, it's not even Halloween.
Here we go.
Or like a Christmas one. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
I like the suspense you feel and the music building up, and you're just like, she has to have it now. Like, why isn't it working? Like, she's so done. I feel so bad.
Oh no.
The shaking, guys.
Avalanche.
It's like the movie.
Right.
Oh, look at it.
He's going to put it together.
I love that Daniel was there watching at that exact moment, and then his brain's just firing. Like, he's trying to save his friends, and he's doing a damn good job thinking.
So this gate is responding to the other one. Look at that.
Yeah, what happens when you dial your own phone number? You get a busy signal, bro.
Yeah.
You get like a small seismic tremor.
Oh, I love that. He looks like a crazy person. He's like, whoa, look at the glasses.
Chill out.
Yeah.
That is your clue.
It talks like, go to bed. Yes!
Ooh.
It's so exciting. The way he says it, you're just like,
it would never occur to anybody that there would be a second Stargate on a planet where there already is one.
Why would there?
Yeah.
It's why it's such good writing.
Yep.
It's fantastic.
God, writing. It's good.
And it suggests we're like more story.
Yeah. And it adds like so much
planting
that
fun. Seed.
And it never occurs to Sam. It occurs to Daniel. But he has to see
Daniel's
our Stargate
a bit more outside of the
Sam's
box.
got a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Either that or a T-Rex has visited Stargate Command.
Yeah.
Lock Watcher made that point. So.
The series 24 went 8+ years and no one ever used the bathroom. Thanks for that, Lock Watcher.
So even Jack goes to the bathroom at some point.
It's because Ray Wood said we never see a toilet on what is this, S Starship either? What's that supposed to be? Is it a Star Trek thing that I'm not realizing?
Yeah, we've never properly seen a toilet on Star Trek, no.
I like that Jack sometimes goes, I need to use the bathroom, and I'm just like,
yes,
cool,
exactly.
Cool. You're a human. This makes sense. They're not just heroes who have to go, like 3 days without going to the bathroom on a special ops mission, you got to go sometimes. So
someone made an Enterprise D digital recreation using Unreal, and on the back of the bridge across from the conference room entrance on the left, facing the same direction as the bridge screen, is the lavatory. You go in there, and there's a toilet, and there are 3 seashells sitting next to the toilet.
Oh,
I approve.
Does anyone get that reference?
Nope.
All right, well, Google it.
I approve of the toilet. Oh, look at this. Oh, Daniel.
Here we go.
Damn.
On Earth?
His brain.
Yep. It wasn't the Goulds, but good thought.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you,
Yeah.
Daniel.
Yep.
Get out of here, Gould.
Well, if
I
it
love
was
this is the moment where we
millions of
start
years
to
ago,
realize
where
that.
would it have been?
Yeah. Mac Bolan said, "Are there even zips on the pants in Star Trek?" No idea. Good question.
The Enterprise era ones, yes. And they had
Didn't look like the Tolans had any zips.
Yeah.
I think they have to like unzip their entire outfit in order to go to the loo. How annoying.
Well, as someone who quite frequently wears overalls, it is annoying, yes.
Mac Bolan's conscience answered. Demolition Man. That is correct, Mac Bolan's conscience. Very
nice.
Good.
If we were playing trivia right now for that, you would win something.
They don't use toilet paper in the future. They use 3 seashells.
Raywood said, "No toilet on any starship. Hole in the floor that goes into space."
Yeah. There's a lot of Gary in this episode.
There is.
Yeah. The poor comedian. He's got to have such a straight face.
I played a lot of Stargate in my like garden, and I'd always focus first on the latrine and then the supplies. Like I'd always imagine I'm like stuck on another planet somewhere.
Dig a hole.
So I dug a latrine for hours. It was just fun. I want to see how far I could go.
China.
Wow.
Yeah.
Seismic activity. There you go.
This is so good. Nice. Now say the thing.
Some good intel. Nope. Wrong person.
Wrong person. Woo!
Dial home.
Yes. But Daniel's just firing on all cylinders.
Yes.
Look at this man. He knows. He's like, oh man, I wish I had his kind of like out of the box thinking for this. Like he had to go a bit out of the box in order to come up with a good solution.
Yeah, well, seeing as like gate mechanics is not his field of expertise.
That's why it's so brilliant, you know?
Yeah.
He's thinking outside of it. The box.
Yeah, I feel like
outside
Sam
of the gate
may have struggled a bit more because she tends to go outside of the box sometimes, but it's quite hard to push yourself out there, you know?
This is a great shot.
It really is.
I think it would have had more of an effect
so barren.
To the viewer
if we didn't already know.
If we didn't already know it was Earth.
I think we sit here and kind of panic for her a bit. Like we can feel her panic. Like if she didn't know, which she doesn't know, it's like, whoa, this is bad. But we're like, haha, you think it's bad, but it's not.
What a shot. That is so cool.
Oh, here we go. Let's go.
Antarctica. To the second.
McMurdo.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so excited. Granted, I just love that so much.
It's just barely anything. Go, go, go. It's funny that in Stargate, they walk out of the gate, and because gates are always situated in a pretty central location, they assume that like what they see is what they get for most worlds, like the main popular, the populated area. So she assumes it's an ice planet, and it's like, honey, no. You can't see all the other countries where it's warm.
And Raj, while we were on the subject, they did show us a toilet in Star Trek V in the brig. Yes, that's true.
So. Nice. Important facts. I did not bring up the toilet thing, unless I did. But I'm pretty sure somebody else did.
Yep.
I'm glad. I like these conversations.
You like talking about toilets?
It's important. People go to the loo.
It is true.
It should be recognized.
You notice that the handle behind her on the back of her vest?
Yes.
They can drag you out of the action in in a fight. They're
Oh,
designed
right.
to drag your allies.
I've seen it a couple times in Stargate where they've pulled on it.
Yep.
I think I remember distinctly seeing Mitchell dragging Vala away from Daniel in season 10 with it, and I was like, oh yeah, there it goes, big handle.
Amanda's performance in this episode,
she's great. She's phenomenal.
Rock solid.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
She's really carrying a lot of this episode, like emotionally. This is being carried by her.
What a tumble. Thank you, stunt performer.
Yeah.
I love that in this moment she's like, we're screwed. All I can do is just,
Yep.
climb up next to the one person next to me. Yeah. And just seek comfort in the last moments.
He could be dead. I mean, we haven't heard from him. So
yeah. I think he says like one last thing here.
Cold.
And that's it. Yeah, he says cold, so cold or something.
And he says Sarah, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
According to our little Word document of goofs, apparently in the Hungarian version, he says Sam.
Interesting.
Oh, God.
I love how she says, I'm here, Jack, as if
like in responsive as she is Sarah.
Right. Yeah.
She's just going along with it because it could be the last words that he hears.
Lockwatcher says Sam could not solve the problem for once. She is not perfect and feels like she's defeated. Yeah, she's only human, She's always saving the world the rest of the time,
God, she told him that he can sleep now. I forgot that.
It's dark.
She's giving
it's
him
really
permission
nice.
to die.
Sad.
To let go.
It would have been really nice to see them actually have a conversation after this about the events of this, but they don't really talk about it ever again. Like, I think it's briefly alluded to, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, that it happened.
I think Sam pretty much gives up as well because she's like semi-conscious when they
that's why she went down there and just hugged him. She's like, there's nothing I can do. I did the best I could.
I tried everything.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, team.
Obviously
I love that Hammond hasn't been through the
intro
gate.
footage.
Sam assumes he has. Yeah.
Yeah, and that
Intro footage
he
of
himself
Hammond.
goes down there. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And she thinks he's gone through the gate, and he didn't. He just got on a plane.
Apparently, it would have taken them way longer to get to Antarctica than what they kind of insinuate in this episode. But we won't go there.
Was the first one down. So who knows how long they were down there working with them before the team showed up.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what's that plane that went really fast? They stopped using the Concorde.
Yeah.
Concorde. We had a couple spare one of those lying around.
Yeah. And the hero shot.
I love this shot. Oh, it's such a good hero shot.
Yeah.
Oh, such a cool shot.
Very cool.
Like, it ends on this wonder and mystery of having this other gate.
Yep.
You're like, whoa, like, wow.
Hell of an episode, folks.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I've given my last 7 to Torment of Tantalus, didn't I? I think that was the only 7 I've given so far this season.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Not many episodes get a 7. I need to think about this one for a few more minutes. It's great. It's such a good episode. The wonder, the panic, the excitement. It like grabs all your emotions. You're so intrigued and excited. It's such a good one to like to watch with a fresh set of eyes.
Come on back,
like a person
Nicole.
next to you don't know. So yes, gotta take my camera back on. I'm so excited talking about it.
No, it's good. It's good. We've had a good segue from the episode. So I give it a 6.
I think I'd give it a 6 as well, actually. It's a very solid episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think, guys, 7.
Why are you apologizing? It's not like you're going to
7.
run out.
It just feels weird, right? Because I'm quite judgmental with some episodes where I'm like, oh, it's a 3. But this one is like, this is a 7. I know that not much happens. And
I was going to say, after you've established that it's so slow. So
yeah.
That's funny.
That was Solitudes, guys.
Yes.
Solitudes.